This game a rematch. Toledo winning the earlier one back in October, 45-21. Nelson runs it, and it's brought down after a gain of about. Nelson completes his first pass. That's Manny Morgan out of the backfield, runs for the first down and then some.
Toledo back in October.
Gain of 11 on that last play. This is Manny Morgan again, trying the left side of that offensive line and picks up 3. We go back, Cato Nelson. Coney in motion. Nelson sacked back at the 34-yard line by Adaney.
Suggestion, it might help if you actually blocked a guy.
You think?
You know, Adaney, I mean, he's tough enough anyway, but you don't have anybody block him, chip him on the edge. He's coming full.
Nelson sets up to pass. Incomplete at 48-yard line.
Defensively, you get a sack, and then you get Teachy making a nice play at the end, getting that left in there, knocking that out. That's a pretty good play.
Looked like Austin. Redshirt freshman out of Hollywood, Florida. Back to pass. Over the middle and batted away at the last minute. Nelson hands it off this time to Van Ed. Got 4 wide receivers in on the route. He's got time and throws it away out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
Smart play.
Nice play at Stanford. Of course, Nebraska's still open. He's got a little attraction from them too. This is Manny Morgan. 1st and 10 run.
Can't fall behind 14-0. It starts looking like October.
Cato Nelson hands it off again to Manny Morgan. And Morgan picks up a couple of yards out to the starting against the big play. Akron will take a bunch of shots. Nelson complete, and a first down catch and run to A.J. Nelson keeps it this time and hit right around the line of scrimmage. Maybe got a yard on the play. 2nd and 9. He was suspended right before the Ohio game. The middle screen complete to Manny Morgan, and Morgan, one of their deep threats. But he will here. Incomplete at the 25-yard line. Snap of the ball game for Thomas Woodson, who was the starter for the first 2/3 of the year. Nowhere to throw it. Backside pressure and delivers incomplete.
He's healthy.
Interesting move by Akron to change quarterbacks here. The pass complete to Trayvon Chapman, who led the team with 48. Time winding down in the first quarter. Pass complete underneath to the 27-yard line. Chapman, Van Edwards, the tailback. This has been an arrhythmic offense so far, but the pass completed to Thomas Woodson. And it's him right between the tackles. Edwards picks up the first down right at. They got $12 million buyouts in college football. There's money. Woodson, money to the tight end. Booker lunging for the touchdown. We'll see if it stands.
Illegal formation. Offense. Number 75 is not on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty. First down.
So that's going to come back.
Jonesy, it's a play that you set and you prepare for all season long, and Booker comes completely free. He does not get touched by anybody. You saw right in front of him, there was number 75, Latuli, who was so far back off the line.
Woodson taking a shot up top and incomplete into the end zone once again. Woodson keeps it in the run game and is brought down to the 25. Going to be 3rd to Akron and do both sports. Woodson with time. A little contact. No flag, incomplete.
Well, you'll see their feet get tangled up a little bit. And most times that's not going to be called. That's simply, you know, I don't want to say mutual combat, but feet get tangled up.
Of the game. Cato Nelson began this contest. Woodson tucks it under, is going to run and falls forward at about the 25-yard line. Woodson back to pass, middle of the field, incomplete. Almost
full of full of it. It's very dark. And that was thrown where 3 guys were hanging out. When you're a redshirt senior quarterback, you have to.
This offense has been anemic. Woodson trying to change that, and Smith finally targeted on social media. 1st and 10. Woodson hands it off to Manny Morgan, and a nice gain up the middle for the first down and 10. Woodson on the out, completes the pass to Austin Wolf, and Austin Wolf picks up, and it gave the team a chance to get a good look at Nelson. Right now, Woodson is the guy. That pass incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Woodson hands it off to Manny Morgan. And Morgan across midfield to the 47-yard line. One thing we haven't talked a whole lot about, in fairness, 3rd down and 7 for Thomas Woodson. Took over on the 3rd offensive series, trying to make some lemonade, and it gets picked off at the 40-yard line by Trayvon Mathis. His 3rd
away with a rocket attached to it, or Doug Williams. That's almost impossible. He comes back across and watch the defender step in front. That's a long throw. That ball's in the air a long time.
Yeah, Trayvon Mathis with his 3rd interception of the year. Quadarius Smith was telling me he was shocked that Mathis didn't convert or capitalize on that Gilbert big play. Woodson completes it at the 37-yard line. No incomplete. Knock it loose on 2nd and 10. Woodson hands it off this time to Van Edwards. Let's go back to Adnan. Alabama sitting there with just 1 loss. How's the committee going to look at that? 3rd and 7. Woodson fires incomplete. 4th down.
I agree.
Not bad for an offensive line, guys, that lost 3 starters during the course of the season. This is Van Edwards Jr. with a spirited run here. Family, Marie, and his kids, and it is something that
answer. It's multiple myeloma, but with the help of my friends and colleagues here and at ESPN, my family.
He's lethal. Cato Nelson back to the ball game at quarterback for Akron, on the move, trying to find some rhythm to this offense, and throws it out of bounds. And folks, 1st down and 10. Cato Nelson back to the ball game, slings it complete at the 36-yard line to Coney. Coney, the Weber State's the dollar amount cumulatively of the buyouts given to coaches this year, as Van Edwards runs it and picks up about 2 yards.
Yet on the other hand, we keep hearing about rising tuition and students not being able to get enough money to pay for their education. This year, $75 million.
And they're going to come up a little bit short here, as Edwards Jr.
Certainly not $75 million, but watch his intensity, and as he's focused on this play, he cleans this up with a good form tackle. Wraps up, holds his guy up, gets problem with this at all.
Being shut out, Nelson, incomplete, knocked down, great.
The threat running and throwing, and that defensive line is pretty formidable.
Cato Nelson completes the pass to Quadarius Smith on the loose for the first time today, still on his feet. Smith finally pushed out of bounds inside the 20. Tracked a little bit, Rod.
Yeah, he's the guy we've been talking about. Another run pass option. You see the slant, and he has that ability to make things happen and make people miss with his track speed, but they really haven't been able to use him. They
adopted by various foster families. This is Nelson. Cuts it inside down to the 8-yard line. His dreams to a degree already. The handoff to Manny Morgan, the Wildcat. He's going to get the direct snap here. And Morgan scores the touchdown.
If you just watch right here, watch that double team, you'll see the huge hole open up. There it is. He gets a great block. He's able to run off of that. That's where Smith is. He's been the difference in this offense in the 2nd half.
Smith against Mathis. Nelson fumbled it as he was hit from the backside by Adaney. And it's going to go right back to Toledo.
Already at the point in the route where he needed to let it fly. Right there, step up and let it go. But he was holding on and got stripped from the backside. If that ball comes out, they got a chance with Smith, who was running a deep, and that was a 52-30 loss for Toledo.
Albeit a close game in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and
Cato Nelson just got rocked.
After further review, there is targeting on the defense, Toledo, number 9. By rule, number 9 is disqualified from the game. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced from the end of the run. Then the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty will be enforced from the succeeding spot. First down, Akron.
Not sure he gets to come back on the field for the trophy presentation if they hang on to win this game. Nelson has other plans, of course, incomplete, intended for on 2nd and 10. Manny Morgan squares those shoulders and gets to the edge a little bit in his
7-5 record.
3rd down and 1. They go to a wildcat, and Manny Morgan with a big run gets the first down, has pushed up Mother Nature included. 1st and 10. Nelson looking to pass, dancing around and brought down. Actually, hard-fought game, and that was a little bit of a tipping point in their season. Nelson tried to pass, didn't have anybody open, ends up running.
Michigan Broncos, and you kind of learned about this team's toughness.
Yeah, they certainly got a lot of temerity. Little gadgetry here. Nelson out on the pass, couldn't come up with a catch on the pass. See what they do here. Got to get to the 8. Nelson holding on to it. Nowhere to go, and falls meekly at the 20.
Well, Nelson had nowhere to go. Look at the great coverage here. You see Smith at the top of the screen at the 10-yard line trying to come across the field. Nothing there. A couple of guys sitting around the goal line. Cato Nelson has nowhere to go.
Nelson recruited out of Flanagan High School in South Florida in the Miami-Fort Lauderdale area. Hands off to Van Edwards Jr.
And Southern Florida, they're everywhere, and it's really amazing the way he's able to identify kids from around the country. 14 states.
Well, Q, to your point, you think
by Coach Candle. 1st down and 10 for Akron. Nelson slings it to nobody close at the. You need to cut your hair. You're going to need a job. 2nd down and 10. Nelson going to keep it and comes up about 3 yards shy. ESPN Networks on ABC tonight. Miami Clemson in the ACC Championship. That pass incomplete 3 for Cato Nelson. Out of the backfield, completes it, and a 1st down catch and pass. Canes players were as famous as anybody in town. Nelson on the post, got a man, caught. Touchdown, Akron. Quadarius.
watch him stand tall and take this in. He knows it's coming, but he's got to throw it.
Wow.
That is a big, big hit.
Rod, it's never good when you see your cleats up in the air above your head.
Talk about toughness.
Out of Springfield, Illinois. Hands it off to Edwards.
Chains and watches and their all-star clientele that never made air. They go on to record four up at the truck afterwards.
Q had a condo on his neck that day. What about that? Wow. Quint with the Mr. T star helped bring that about, the defensive coordinator for the Canes. That pass incomplete. Adnan versus, but go to a bowl game. This is Van Edwards. Well over 300.
Running this offense will be much more experienced.
Pass complete over the middle to Kobe Booker, the tight end, who
came and Akron came in as a huge underdog, almost 3 touchdowns.
Pretty much what we expected happened here. MAC championship, their first since 2004. Believe in their record now in MAC championship games to 3 and
good drive and get in the end zone.
This pass caught. No, yeah, they're going to send
to finish their regular season before the bowl game with a good final possession and close the gap in this game.
And to a lot of people, this is a very important series. They run it down to the 5-yard line
here, and you're likely MVP of this ball game.
Here we go into the end zone, incomplete.
Yes. For Jeff for the second time.
Who do you like in that one?
Wow.
Out of the backfield, complete. The tight end, Booker,